Well, hey, we're live. I'm so excited. I think I finally got it figured out. We'll find out afterwards for sure. But hello, everyone. When you're watching this is huge for us and our tech difficulties at different times. And I think we're live. So we'll see. And Ramie and Jessica, so great to see you again. I look forward to this time so we get to talk. And Ramie, you want to tell me about your week? Did you have a good week?
I did. It's real slow at work, and I'll make the announcement. We are leaving the building. Yeah.
Wow.
Heath took me out to coffee and said that he has a challenge making the $7,000 monthly rent. We just don't have the business. So anyway, so he was taking a shower. I like Keith. He's taking a shower and he says, who does what we do? And he came up with Yoga Patch. Have you ever been to Yoga Patch, Jessica?
No.
It's at 72nd and Central. So Waldo area. Probably in the center of the whole city, really, if you think about it. So they've been there 11 years, and I went and met the owner, and I had taught a class there before, so we remembered each other. And she has space, and I don't know who's going to go with me. I can't afford the whole room by myself, so I'm going to share it with Sam maybe. And Carla, if you ever met Sam, he is the most positive person in the world. He's 25, and I've never met any. No. Have you, Jessica, ever?
No, he's way beyond his years. He's beyond me. He's beyond,
He sends me playlists, spiritual music, because he knows I like it. He sends positive messages all day long. You wonder if he ever had a bad day in his life. You really do. And so he and I are going to look at it and contemplate whether we want to sign the year agreement. That's what he doesn't know. Heath wants to merge the two companies together. I don't know how that will look. I don't know how many people are coming with us. Don't know. Not, they say yes, but then you have to pay rent, and that's unusual. That's unusual for me, at least. But that's how it's done in this business world, and I have to have faith. So that's where we're at. And so this is the last week at the club, supposedly. And I don't know. I have to talk to Heath. He might be able to stay open on Saturdays because Saturday is our biggest day. We get all kinds of massage, all day long. So he makes his big money there. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. If I don't find someone to rent, then I will not be joining Yoga Patch. But Yoga Patch is pretty cool. If you look at it online, it has different colors. It's just really bright. In 11 years, it's a freestanding building. They have many, many yoga classes. Many. I mean, maybe 6 or 7, or I don't know. And there's a yoga. What's that one where aerial yoga?
Wow.
Yeah, and they have and I'll try that. But they have 3 floating tanks, and each tank has 10,000 pounds of salt, so you float.
Those are weird.
Yeah.
Unique experience.
Yeah, and then there's a metaphysical shop, and there's a little cafe. So, and it's got a parking lot, that's the first thing I told Heath when he told me that. Oh, no more parking, because downtown is so what a challenge, right? Right. In the 5 years I've been there, I've gotten 3 tickets, so I think I did pretty good. So that's what's new with me. So has it been a good week? Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, well, lots of changes, kind of like we talked like we talked last week with this year coming and lots of changes. So you're starting changes quick. How was your week,
Yeah.
Jessica?
Work was the hospital work was challenging. Yet once again, we were a little short staffed, which I'm not used to at this hospital. So that was challenging. But I just kept hearing, when you're scrolling through Instagram and scrolling through social media, I just kept seeing the phrase, and I'm going to butcher it as far as exact words, but you can't get to where you want to go staying in the same condition that
Right.
got to where you're at. And so I just keep hearing that. And I'm like, yes, it is time, time to leave the hospital, because, and it's scary, but I don't want to say scary, unsure, right? Because I've never run my own business, or not had anything to fall back on per se. So, but you can't, again, I can't grow if I'm in this environment, is my personal belief, which I need to challenge my beliefs too, but, but, at some point it has to, it's time to close that door and open another one. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. The saying you're referring to is Tesla's. You
Okay.
can't create out of the same environment you're in. You have to go beyond. You have
Yeah.
to try something. You have to be a risk taker.
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to, yeah. Because if you stay in this limited, I don't know if I'll make it. You won't.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? So it sounds so good, and I can say it all day long. And and then bottom line, well, we'll see. I'm in. I'm going to sign that year contract if Sam will join me. Otherwise, I'm going to put it back on Heath and see if he'll find me someone. Or maybe Maria, the owner is Maria, and maybe she knows someone. But it's time to break out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carla, how was your week?
It was a good week. I don't remember back too far, really. But yeah. Oh, I know now. Yeah. My younger son came to visit, and so that was fun. We spent the day together. And the last
nice.
2 days, we've been in the 50s Fahrenheit, which is huge, right? After what, 3 or 4 weeks of super cold weather. So how can you do bad? We went out in the greenhouse and opened things up to get some sunlight. So that was great. It was good. Very good.
I thought of you, Jessica. I watched a webinar. I can't think of the guy's name. I don't know what. Anyway, he got this medicine lady, I think whatever her name was, and she's offering a class. And if I had the money, I probably would buy it. But oh my God, all the broths, all the excelliars, all the smoothies, it's just like, wow, I want to try it all.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look up one smoothie that I'm going to like. What calls to me is beets and lime and beets and lime. And I'm thinking elderberry. I don't know, but I'm going to create something that I like personally and start with one. I did smoothies for about 5-6 years, and I'm going to change it up. And it's just so fascinating, all the herbs and the spices. I thought of you and I thought, no wonder you like it. And she was saying that everybody has a gut problem, or it starts in the gut. It's your second brain. So if you correct your gut, you're in good shape to heal your mind and body and spirit because you feel good. So yeah, that was really interesting. A medicine woman. It was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 There's so many. you're thinking of doing a smoothie with the beets or a
Mhm.
juice smoothie? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I like juices as much. I
Okay.
like smoothies as much, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one that you like a lot?
I do. Oh,
Jerry,
sorry.
what's yours?
Oh.
Interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Well, we have smoothies for breakfast every morning, and and it's about the same type really every morning, but creatures of habit, right? It goes down
Mhm.
easy. But I in the coffee grinder, I put chia seeds and golden flax seeds and grind them up, and then hydrate them with water ahead of time, and I put some raisins in to add for sweetener and a handful of English walnuts for extra protein. And
Ooh.
then in the blender, I put that with like a banana and an apple and a handful of our frozen raspberries or blackberries from our garden and whiz it all up till it's smooth. So that's what we have every day. Sometimes I put
Ooh,
in
Wow.
that sounds really,
cinnamon.
is it sweet?
Yeah, it's not super sweet, but
But
it kind of
sweet.
depends. Yeah, it's sweet enough. It kind of depends on how ripe the bananas are. If they're super
Mhm.
ripe, it'll be sweeter. Um, but sometimes I put in little bit of vanilla and a tiny bit of salt and cinnamon to kind of offset the flaxseed and chia seed. So to kind of combine flavors better. But that's what we have. It's very
And so
filling.
you drink that every day. Does that last you till lunch or all day, or how do you feel?
Well, we do intermittent fasting, so we eat 2 meals a day, usually between 11 and 11:30, and then again between 4 and 4:30. And
Mhm.
that's not the smoothie's not all we have. So when we do eat those 2 meals, we eat probably more than people would normally eat at a meal who eat 3 meals, right? So I've in the past had difficulty with low blood sugar and don't make it till afternoon. So we have eggs with the smoothie, separately, of course, not
Right.
combined in with it. So we usually have scrambled eggs and the smoothie. And like this morning, we had a ripe avocados, and we eat gluten free, and so I make a pan bread of gluten free because it's easier to deal with than a lot of gluten free bread recipes don't rise very well, and so this makes it more like just a flatbread anyway. And then we have a piece of that with guacamole with it. So it's a big meal. We're full when we get done, but that lasts us, yeah, the rest
Until four
till the
o'clock.
yeah.
Hmm, nice.
So
What's your pan bread? What's your recipe that you have for the
I'd have to check for sure. I can look it up and add it to the information below. Or to our Facebook page. But basically, I use oat flour and brown rice flour, and then it calls for tapioca starch and potato starch. If I
Mhm.
run out of potato starch, then I use cornstarch. And then they use xanthan gum, to help it
Mhm.
bind together.
Mhm.
And
Right.
then it has eggs, and it's a yeast bread. So
Mm.
yeast and brown sugar and water to let it rise and to proof the yeast, and then you add that with the eggs, and then it has a little bit of I put in olive oil, but it could be any oil, and a little bit, like 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and some salt, and a little bit extra water for the pan bread than you would in a loaf bread to make it spreadable. And yeah, I only let it rise one time, and then take it out of the oven and heat up the oven and then put the bread back in to bake it. Mm.
Hmm.
We like it. It's a savory bread. It doesn't work very good with jelly. We don't like it that way at all. But it's awesome with guacamole. Of course, guacamole, who can go wrong with guacamole?
Right. Right.
But Jessica, what's your smoothie recipe?
Well, so right now I use my Purium powder. So it's a greens. It's got greens and like the chia. It's got different protein, fat, and carbs in it. So, and so I have that every morning. I'm not making smoothies right now because I don't have my own kitchen, so I'm a little limited right now. But gosh, I have used so many different recipes over the years, and yeah, I don't have a favorite. I have a lot that I like, but I don't have favorites. But I think the medical medium. Are you guys familiar with? I really like his heavy metal detox smoothie. It's got the wild blueberries and bananas and orange. That one's really good. But yeah, I definitely do my fruits separate from, other things usually for digestion purposes. So if I'm going to do a smoothie with fruits, I'll do it separate and eat it first thing in the morning. But yeah, or and then juices. I think I'm going to do a juice cleanse here pretty soon. And then I'll do mostly, vegetables, so cucumbers and celery and beets and a little bit of citrus, carrots, a little bit of ginger probably, and maybe do that for a couple days. I've done 4-day juice cleanses in the past, and I've never really fasted. I as I'm getting more and more into, the health and holistic health stuff, you hear people about doing the water cleanses and stuff. Have you guys ever tried to the water fast? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
For me, I'm so fortunate. It's pretty easy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I do 1 day a week.
Oh, okay.
Just
Okay.
water.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I would like to come out of it with a smoothie. And I think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I especially like it if I know I have like a day full of energy healings, because I'm empty and I feel more connected because food's not bothering. I'm not thinking of my next meal. And yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's pretty water. Yeah, water.
Wonderful.
Yeah, try it.
I at this point in my life, I know it's something that I will eventually do, but I don't know. One of my vices is still food. So I don't have, I use it as a comfort. And so
Oh well, yeah.
yeah. So, the juices, when I've done the juice cleanses, I do 4 of them a day. So I'm not, and I like the taste. I don't mind the beets and the carrots and the celery and all that. So that has been fine for me. But you do feel, after a couple days, you get that clearing of your mind, and it's quite amazing. So yeah, I can only imagine what doing the water. And I know people that have done like month-long the water, obviously building their bodies up to it beforehand, and doing like Jesus for the
Yeah. Last year I did a 7-day water fast.
yeah.
And it was good.
Did you
Now you use structured water, right? Or,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That would make a big difference, I would think.
Oh
too,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah. I can hardly do restaurant water, especially when I always order it no ice and it tastes terrible. Ugh. So I usually don't drink anything.
Have either of you tried making your own structured water? Ramie, I know you said you have a
Kangen water
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I've never tried to make it.
Yeah, I've read that you can make it. I don't know this. I don't know if this is accurate. I haven't done any research on the channel to see, but I was just pulling up ways to make structured water. And one way, there was 3 ways they gave. One was using a vortex machine. So it creates a
Mhm.
vortex, and in when the molecules enter the vortex, then it makes the structured water. The other one was something generator. So it a certain type of charge that the generator makes then makes the structured water. And the third kind, ah, it was simpler, but I don't remember. Oh, was like probably the condo water, using already something there that you another machine that you would put the water in and enjoy it when it came out structured. So,
I've seen the wands too. There's
Mhm.
companies that have the wands. I've never bought any of these items yet. I would like to eventually try, um, you know, the wand or the vortex machine or whatever just to see. But, there's other people in the wellness field that feel like um, those are all a bit, over the top, and we can just eat a piece of fruit and that's structured, an apple structured water, watermelon structured water.
ah,
So I go back and forth, and grapes,
well, I
that's
think you can structure it with your mind too,
okay.
es-
Yeah.
especially for if you have a higher vibration, like if you're able to spend time outdoors, because I think the sunlight plays a big part in charging our bodies enough, right? And then you can use your mind in, holding a container of the water changes the, if you would look at it then, holding an intention of love
Mhm.
and clearing, right, of a big positive
Mhm.
intention, then you could look under a microscope and see that the structure of the water had changed. Now, I don't know though, is there a specific structure of the water where it's considered structured water, right? Is there
Right.
a specific what do you call shape of the water
Mhm.
molecule that defines it as structured? I don't know that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, now that I'm back up here in South Dakota, once a week I'm able to go down to an area where there's live springs, and so I can fill up, and I will. I did this past Friday, fill up water jugs with fresh spring water.
Mhm.
But I've not found places close in Kansas City. Um, that have the fresh springs that I can get. Someone was telling me about an hour north near Excelsior Springs, which makes sense. It's named
Oh, George.
Excelsior Springs, near George. Yeah, he didn't tell me about it, but I'm sure there's. But they're probably. I think it was on like somebody's land, and you have to ask,
Right.
permission and all this stuff. But that would be my favorite, and that is my favorite way to get water is just from a living spring.
Mhm.
um, so, and it's got all the good stuff in it, the silica and all the live stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
oh, very good. Ramie, if you send me the link to your conda thing of,
Kangen
oh,
water?
yeah. In
Sure.
fact, I think you did one time. I'll try to put that down below in case anyone's interested in that.
Yeah. And now they've been around long enough, they refurbish old machines, and you can
Oh,
buy a refurbished one.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Mm.
So instead of paying, I don't even know what I paid, but 2 or 3 grand, I think you can get one for under 1,000 because it's refurbished and they've cleaned.
Wow.
mm,
Yeah, so that's
nice.
that's a good thing. And I just sent mine in again. I've had it 10 years and they replaced everything, all the hoses, blah, blah, blah. But that cost me 500, but I feel like I have a brand new machine because they cleaned
Mhm.
everything out. So,
So I bought my daughter one last year.
Kangen
How
water?
often? Yeah, the Conga machine. It was like over $4,000.
Ooh,
But
Wow.
how is it once a year that you're supposed to send it in?
You're supposed to clean it monthly, and I don't know. There's you can run the low. They have all those 9.5, 9.0, 8.5. Then they have one for plants, which I water all my plants with, and it's also for skincare plants. And then there's a category for 2.0, which is pure, clean water to clean the house with and stuff.
Right.
Now, to clean it, you just have to put the solution they give you into your unit and run it. So that's once a month, and then once a year you should send it in or find someone local. For a while there, I found a distributor in Lawrence, and he could come over and clean it. So it depends what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to send it in or have him come over. I haven't seen him for a while, but yeah, it's very nice. You definitely notice a difference in your water.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be able to drink restaurant water anymore. You just can't touch it.
I can't. I usually take my water in anyway.
Yeah.
Because I know, Carla, you've got your Berkey, right?
Right. Yeah, we use a big Berkey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at home, I just get RO water. But I don't usually drink plain water. I mean, I either put lemon or salt or just, I'm not a fan of plain RO water. So
now I've heard that RO water is dead water, that it takes out, so much of the compounds, mineral compounds and things, that it doesn't have a lot of good stuff in it either. Have you heard that?
I have that in the distilled, but you're not getting the bad stuff. That's why I always add something back in.
Sure.
I don't know what else, besides getting an expensive unit. And there are times where I'll get a glass jar of the water and put it out in the sun and allow it to do its thing and believe that it's doing its thing. So yeah, I haven't found, I mean, that's just what I'm doing. So.
Sure. Have you guys ever, with a jar of sunlight, no, water in the sunlight, sorry, reminded me, I do moon water. Have you guys ever done moon water? Yeah.
Well, no, I haven't.
Oh, well, I just fill a quart jar with water from the Berkey and put it out in the moonlight, or like the last couple months, because it's been so below freezing at night, then I put it in the windowsill in a big window so it gets moonlight all night anyway, and for holding that intention that it receives all the moonlight it can. And then I don't notice a taste difference, but I do that for the new moon and the full moon. And then we hold intentions as we drink it the next morning. And often I do 2 nights. Like if I don't take time to look up the exact time that the moon becomes new or full, either one, then I leave it overnight 2 nights, just to be sure I covered the entire spectrum of it. So, but we've been doing that, I don't know, about a year maybe. So, and enjoying that a lot. So,
yeah, it's fun.
it is. It helps. I think anytime we can hold the intentions and use the energy of the universe to coordinate with and help us, for sure. Yeah. So I had something to, I don't know, I guess it's to share, but it's to admit to, and to see if you guys ever struggle with this. A few days ago, I was watching a podcast that I watch occasionally, and a different woman was on it who I was familiar with, and I respect her for the knowledge in that subject that she's talking about. But I found myself feeling a little negative toward her. And I realized, well, the last few times I had heard her speak, I'd felt a little negative about her. And this time, the other day, I realized that what the feeling was, what the emotion was, it was jealousy, right? Not that I want to be her, and not that I at all, I'm glad she's having the success and the discovery, or whatever you want to call it, for her life. But it's like I want that for mine, right? And so I I guess it really hit me strongly that it was jealousy. So I, of course, was sending love to her in different in my thoughts, or kind thoughts and stuff, because of course it has nothing to do with her. She's living her life. She doesn't even know me, right? And so I don't even know her. And so it's like those feelings inside that we don't like. And I think it boils down to, I don't feel like what I do for in my own life is enough, or doesn't measure up, I think is what it comes down to. I think if I was fully loved me and was fully satisfied with my life, that would be all I would need to be content and happy, right? What do you guys do if you ever deal with stuff like that?
Well, me, it's an opportunity to go back to myself and love myself some more, because I'm lacking in confidence or love, really love. And and so I focus on the person that I'm jealous of, and love her, send her love, and then send the love back to me. And it does work. It does work. I think it feels, well, I know it feels so much better than being jealous.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why am I jealous? It's because I'm not full. I don't feel like I'm noticed. I'm not seen. I'm not heard. Nobody knows about me. That makes me mad. And it's all because I don't have the money to put all the money into advertising and all the channels that I could, but that's no one's fault but maybe mine, and I have to own up to it, because how else am I going to get out there? I mean, people, just don't happen upon Ramie Haas. They got to find me. I mean, some people do, they come in my life, but on a business network, you need a lot of exposure. The 5 years I was at the club, I must have seen 500, 600 people to only get 20. It just takes so much to offer, and then you never know who's going to click. Oh yeah, what you do makes sense. Oh yeah, I do want to be vulnerable. I do want to tell you my stuff. And it's got to click on both ends. I'm asking you to trust me, and I will do my best, and I hope I convey that. But I still need all the people. People need to come see me, come know me, come hear about me. And that's the challenge, And
Doing our part, letting the
yeah,
universe, trusting the universe to do its part, and then
right.
stepping forward and doing our part, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this year I decided I would have my own personal mantra, and mine is the unit, in which I don't hardly believe sometimes, but the universe is always working for me. So I say that especially when I'm uncertain about my next step. Because when Heath was telling me we're going to all go over to Yoga Patch, and I'm thinking, no, we're not. No, we are not. That's just, I don't know what you're telling yourself, but there's 10 practitioners at the club, and Heath, you'll be lucky if you have one or two that come over with you. It's a whole new setup. It's a whole new location. It's all different. We're not getting paid our percentage like we were before. We're having to pay rent. And then the good part about that is, I guess you get all your money when you earn it. I don't know, but it's not. Everyone's not going to just go over there. I do know that much. And I'm not even being negative. I'm just being real, because people from north of the river, I doubt they're going to travel all the way south, because Kansas City, there isn't like a direct highway to 72nd and Central. You'll either have to, you have to go down and cut and blah, it takes a while. So I don't know. It's just uncertainty. And then when I get jealous, that makes me feel bad. So I send love, and it helps a lot. Yeah. Because like you said, Carla, the woman doesn't even know what we're feeling, she has no clue. Why would she? So I have to remind myself that, it's all in my head, and I need to just let it go, because I'm just making junk up because it's comfortable. I don't know. I've been doing this forever, and I realize it's lineage. I don't think I created it. I think I inherited it. Just easy to go, oh, poor me, or whatever your program is, and realize that that's not going to get us anywhere, not anywhere at all. So that's what I do.
Right. Jessica, do you have anything different that you do that's helpful? Or maybe you're a lucky one and don't ever have to feel that.
No, I probably feel it several times a week. Yeah, just the women, and I see a lot of nurses who have become health coaches like myself, and are making six figures already, and so so yes, I and they have one thing that is hard for me is they have husbands, and that's a point you can poke at me, and get me. And so yeah, I realize it, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'll do what you guys are doing. That's awesome for them. And I try to realize that almost none of these people have had just easy,
Right.
lives. Everyone's gone through something, and that in the big picture of things, we all deserve beautiful things in life. And so just being happy for them, for all and realizing that they're playing their part, and they've in kind of our world of the coaching and the things like that, social media is a big part of it, and they have put themselves out there. The people who are more successful than I feel like, or maybe we feel like I am. And so I applaud them for that. They put them, they're on social media every day doing Instagram lives and Facebook lives, and taking pictures and just putting themselves out there. And that takes a certain boldness and vulnerability that I haven't quite mastered, I have done some, but I've gone through ups and downs in my personal development. And so I think I'm getting there again. I'm ready, because I think again, the universe is nudging me in that direction with deciding to leave the hospital. So it'll be soon. But so that's what I do. I'm proud of them. I realize that they've been through a lot. happy for them, because they deserve it. They put themselves out there, and we all deserve, in the big picture, we're all trying to help people. So
Sure. And we can learn from them.
yeah.
Lost my train of thought there. I've sorry.
That's all right. And Jessica, just because you have a husband doesn't mean it's nice for the conversation and support, but sometimes they can't help you other than cheer you on, and that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Husbands are good for a lot of things if you have a good husband.
Yeah, right.
If you have a good
Right.
one. Yeah. If you have a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I have a friend that, oh my God, every friend, she just, everybody she meets or her family, every friend, I mean, they just turn her down or they're negative, and I just listen. But, I wonder, what is she bringing to the table? It just can't be all them. You know what I mean? And I just,
Well, your own vibration, right? That
yeah,
people
just
people
what are
come
you
in our lives
doing?
because of our own vibration, and we're attracted, like when Jessica and I met, right? In the park, and no one else came, right? I was holding the Thank You Body rally
Yep.
that
It's
Kelly
fine.
Brogan had initiated, right? The only one in our state or two-state region about, right? And no one came. And until I was packed up and pulling out, and Jessica came, and she didn't even live in that town, right? She lived 2 hours
Oh,
away or an hour away. And but we clicked, right? Or we were um at the right time in the right place for the right thing to happen. And she knew you, Ramie, and then we all get together, and
yeah.
it's all good, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
better
yeah.
than good. It's amazing. It's
Yeah,
It is.
that's
It's
right.
in divine
And
order.
and
Yep.
we're putting ourselves forward now, right? That
Mhm.
was part of starting the podcast. We each had our own intentions behind why we wanted to do it, but that's certainly one of the things, right? To try to um, just be there for each other and
Yeah.
see where the universe brings
Takes it.
us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I really do believe the universe is always in our favor, although when difficult things are happening, it's certainly hard to believe that or to feel it. But I had become very extremely convinced that um, to be successful or to have um, what we want in life, the only way that we can be fully satisfied is to follow those desires, not that come from your mind of what you think you should or could have or would have done, or what would be great to make a lot of money, or you know for fame, or whatever, but to follow the your spirit's desires, right? To go within and connect to your inner self, and to spend enough time there. Different exercises can help to, um, like journaling or whatever, to find, well, what it is you really want to do. What are those desires that you really want to do? And then just only follow those, whatever you need to, what you feel is best to make those desires happen, and the universe will lead you. And because we are such an integral part of the universe, right? We're all made of God or source, divine energy. We're all made of it. We're all interconnected. Each of our vibes go everywhere, right? And we come from the oneness and we return to the oneness. And so the universe can't be all it is meant to be until each of us are all we're meant to be. And I really believe that. And so for oh, we got a comment. Hi, God energy. Yeah, I would call God energy, or some people don't call it God, source energy. I was using other terms. I myself don't like to use the word God, but I use universal spirit sometimes to mean that same creator force or um, overall. I see it as the whole of everything, right? That has the vibration of love. And when we are all we're meant to be, then the universe can be all it is meant to be. But that's the only way we can be fully completed and happy too. That's my opinion. And I aim for that. When I feel jealousy or things like that, then I go within and I think, well, why? I know those desires. I know what I'm working toward, and I'm actively working toward them. I know the next step of what I want to do or will be doing, and I'm working toward that. And so I think, well, why in the world then am I not happy with just me, right? So it goes back to it's different than self-worth. I think I'm worth the um, recognition, right? Or the respect for things. And I do receive it. I mean, I feel that from my clients and everything. I really feel that. And um, I want to feel that happy, that completeness, be able to feel that just from following my own desires, right? Of knowing those spirits' desires. And someday I think I'll gradually um, grow closer. And I received a biofield tuning yesterday that I think will be a big help. It cleared a lot of junk in the solar plexus or the self-esteem area. And in the heart area, I think we feel sad when we don't know our full self, when we don't love ourselves fully, right? And so everything we do is a help, right? And um, I was reading the comment here. Yes, unemployment, um, losing your employment and source of income can be really, really difficult. And I know it's happening a lot more often in the economy now. I hear in the news, different companies across the world, really, global companies are laying off too. And it can be very difficult. Well, thank you. Nothing's by chance, right? Um, I Nothing's by chance. We all know in the work we do that we are brought to the right people at the right time.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
thank you so much for touching us today too. And I hope that's one thing. Our intentions were in having the podcast was because the three of us share this friendship that has helped us get through the lockdown years, right? And help us each focus on helping each other and helping others and helping ourselves and growing within. And so one of our intentions was to share this friendship with others. I know it's not the same as in person, but um, we
It will
just
do.
wanted to share that love, right? And so thank
Mhm.
you so much for coming.
Yeah, and I think he mentioned and we talked about jealousy, there's depression, there's these different lower vibration feelings. And if you believe in law of attraction, um, if you and I found this in my life because it is a law. When you stay in those lower vibration feelings, you're going to continue attracting that same thing. And it's hard. It's a practice to get yourself out and raise your vibration. So, and NLP has helped me with that because there's different techniques you can use to, remembering past happy memories. So anything you can do when you're depressed or jealous or anxiety, take some breaths, kind of get into a meditative moment and remember happier times or, specific times where you felt love, you felt proud of yourself, you felt excitement, any other higher vibration feeling. Then if you can do that a few times a day, right, Ramie? I mean, you can try it several times a day, will then get you at, in that higher vibration. We go back down a little bit. Okay. Think, if once you realize you're in that lower vibration, remember, bring yourself back up again. And then the law of attraction is, as you stay in that high vibration, will help those different circumstances and things to come to you.
Well,
Did
and
you-
something
Did
you can do
you,
also. That's great.
Yeah.
That has no cost to it because
Mhm.
unemployed, you would be watching your, your budget. The if the weather allows at all to be barefoot outdoors in the grass or even on concrete, because concrete is a porous natural material and will convey the vibrations of the earth. So if you can be in sunshine barefoot on the ground, if you can hold a tree while you're doing that, it's even more so because tree energy is so powerful and it can lift that depression too. It can correct your energy for you. Tuning in, holding the tree with your hands and being there right beside it and focusing your mind on its energy and asking it to raise your vibration, asking it to help alleviate the depression, and it can. And Ramie, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. No, that's right. And that's another thing that I think that all three of us are guilty of. We don't ask enough. And you can ask your angel. I've been asking every night my angels to help me sleep, and it's been working because I usually get up at 2 for an hour. Sometimes I stay up all rest of the morning into 6 o'clock. But Jessica, you were reminding me of the technique that they teach, and it's called Swish.
Swish
You heard
pattern
that?
is one of them. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's using this box that we're all in, this computer, that black box, and right in the center, you see yourself as you are, jealous, mad, hungry, I don't know, whatever. Put yourself in the center of that box. And then in this left-hand corner of this black box that we're looking at, picture yourself how you want to look. Shoulders back, head tall, motivated, confident. You're just happy because you're fulfilling your purpose, your dream, your goals. Okay, so we got that all set up. So look at the one in the center. And then I'm going to bring up the image in the lower left-hand corner, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, and swish. So what you see what you're doing? Yeah. So we break state, which we did, and let's do that again. So there, look at the old picture of you right there in the center. All right, ready? That new image from the left-hand corner coming up, coming up, coming up, and swish. And I see myself smiling, and it works. It really does. It's really helpful for habit changes like cigarette smoking. If you could do it 10 times, you possibly may not smoke again. But yeah, it's pretty incredible. NLP has so many wonderful techniques. I love NLP because it's quick and easy, and you don't have to talk about it forever like therapy. So yeah. All right. Well, my time is up. How about you girls? 11:20. Yeah.
Sure. Ramie, thank you so much for doing that at the end to help us. And I was just going to say, one of my inclinations was that very first time we were bringing the new me up out of the left-hand corner, it was like it didn't want to go, right? It was dragging its feet. I wasn't really sure. And and then the switch didn't happen very long. I really didn't see myself there, right? But
But
it
did you
switched.
feel yourself?
Yeah, I felt it, but I didn't see myself. The second time there, I saw it. But it's like, so I was just going to encourage people, well, even if it's like mine and doesn't quite want to go by itself, keep working at it, and maybe by the
Fifth
fifth
time.
time,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe it will
Keep
do
doing
that.
it.
Yeah, keep doing it, because in my training we did it at least 5 times. That was minimum. And by the 10th time, you're like, whoa, I'm new. So yeah, keep working at it. I'm just showing you for the time that we have left. So, I mean, we can do it one more time. You want to do it one more time?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
Okay,
it'd help
look
all of
below
us.
the 2 boxes in the center. There you are, looking like you are sad, depressed, jealous, whatever your condition is. And in the left-hand corner, see that new you, that confident you, that money-making you, that purpose-driven you. All right, let's bring it up, 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 swish. How do you feel this time?
It feels beautiful, doesn't it?
It does.
Ah,
So yeah, so if
it's
we
beautiful.
keep doing it, you just might see the change. Yeah, so that's a really good one. And yeah, there's all kinds of techniques, but we could go over those one by maybe one every session. I can bring
We
out
could.
yeah, we could easily. It's just fun, and it
Yeah.
doesn't take long. So I mean, I do feel better. I don't know why, but I like it. I really do. I don't even care why I feel better. I just like to feel better. So.
Doesn't matter.
Isn't that
Yeah.
the truth? And you don't
Right.
have to know. You
I
don't
don't-
have to
right.
know exactly what you're feeling. Yeah.
Right. And I
Yeah.
could just hear my spirit team. It's about time you do something. 'Cause,
For good. Good.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and take off for now, and we try to come every Tuesday. At least we go according to Jessica's schedule, because Ramie's and my schedules can be a little more flexible usually. And so, but this was our first live stream, and that made it live. We've tried before, and I didn't get the tech stuff right, and so wonderful. And
Okay.
we'll be here again, Jessica, next Tuesday. Is that right? Is your schedule, or are we going to change a day?
Okay.
We'll change a
I'm
day.
working on. Yeah, possibly. I'm going to try to change it to Tuesday, but as of this point, I'm working Tuesday. So
Okay.
I'll message you guys. Yeah.
All right, and I'll set the live programming as soon as we know when it is. Then I'll set it up so that people can go into the live or receive a notification that we would be live. So at a certain day. So thank you all so much. We send you intentions for a happy, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.